What's up, guys? Karan here with our very own Jose Felix. And what did you do this weekend in LA?
I got 8th place out of 790 something people.
Regional. So what deck did you play?
I played 60 card bracket.
Okay, why'd you pick that deck out of the format?
I was playing PK 60 card, like I want to say like a week and a half before I picked this deck up, just because I felt like this is one of the best decks in the format, and I had to learn it quick because the regional was coming up, and this deck is just really good.
Okay.
It's really good at what it does.
Okay. Sounds good. So before we start, do you have any shoutouts?
Yeah, I want to shout out Team TCG. You know, they supported us in giving us cards. We all rode together. Shout out to Joe. He got 7th place. I don't know how he topped over me. He was one table below me the entire tournament. I don't know how that happened, but it's fine.
Okay,
as long as both of us got in. Shout out to everybody else who helped us test on the team. Shout out to Gavin, Anson, Dre, Bonnie. Shout out to Karan. Shout out to Dio for lending us cards for the event, making sure we had everything we needed. Shout out to the IE and all the people who help us test. It's a really strong area, so we all do get a lot of good testing and just become better.
Sounds good. All right, let's get into the deck profile.
So I played 60 card. I chose the 60 card version just because I don't want to see the bricks, plus the extenders it provides are really good. So for the Pranked lineup, I played 3 wind, 3 water, 3 fire, and 2 rock.
And how'd you like this ratio?
This ratio worked really good for me. A lot of people cut this down to 2. I don't know why. It's the best one, and it's also 1 for winnable. On top of the fact that it's a level 1 that lets you make Link Rebo, so it gives you dark access if you want to steal DPs and just get DPE out of the way. I wouldn't play this at 1. It is probably the worst one to start with, but at the same time, it does let you draw a card, and you do need to see kids. This deck has a really big problem on not seeing kids enough. So you'll see the Brave engine, you'll see your DPE engine, but you won't see a kid, and this is the main part you want to see. Right. So that's it for the kids, or the monster version of the kids. We also played the Brave package. We played 3 Water Enchantress, and then the 1 Griffin. This engine is just broken. Eventually it's gonna get hit. It pretty much covers your play, make it nib proof, make it ash proof. You can chain block. It just gives you a lot of recursion. Draco back just deals with problems. Griffin just negates things that are trying to stop you. They give you free bodies to link climb and just kill, make DPU, whatever you need them to do. Also, if she's a small world target, you can get to any monster in this deck through small world, so it's really good. I also played the Souls package. I played the 2-2 ratio. It's good, but I don't want to clog up on it. And I don't play the prep just because I feel it just plays more into Droll, and this deck doesn't really lose to Droll, and I don't want to give Droll more chances of stopping me. So but it's good enough to where it's a level 1. You can search it off of small worlds if you need to. You can 1-for-1 it if you need to. It also gives you small world links into any other card you might need. Plus it lets you draw cards, so you can draw into hand traps. For the hand trap lineup, I played 3 Nib, 3 Veiler, 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, and 3 Ghost Spell.
And how are these ratios for you? Did you like them?
So I played them all at 3 just because I want to draw them when I draw off Souls. I want to draw them when I draw off Pranks or Roxy's. So I want to have a higher chance of seeing one of them when I do actually get one of my draw effects off. On top of the fact that they hit almost everything in the meta right now. The Ghost Girls are probably the most broken ones. Nibs just for base decks and just combo decks. You combo it off with Nib Veiler, Nib Imperm, Nib Ghost Ogre, Nib Bell. Just any combination of Nib plus any other hand trap is just really strong. You can get to any of them with Small World too, and then they also become any other card in your deck, any other monster card. You can Small World into any of the Prank Kids, you can Small World into Souls, you can Small World into Enchantress. So these just bridge into everything. It's really good. And then this is really strong right now too, because the Despia deck is becoming really strong since it came out. And there was a lot of it at top tables. And Prank Kids, honestly, you probably don't really have a really good matchup against them just because Mary Jade is a really big problem. So you want to have as many answers in your main deck for that deck. But these were really nice. And then I also played the DPE package. Then I played triple field spell just because I want to see names. And then going second, this is really good because it lets you chain block. And then cards that would usually out your board, since you have the field spell, no longer can just stop you right then and there. They have to either wait to use it or you just get to play around a lot of stuff. Plus it's another kid. I played the 1 Pranks and then I played 2 Pandemonium. I was testing 1, but it felt like the second one would come up sometimes, and I'd rather have it in the deck than not have it. So that's why I chose to keep it at 2. And I don't play the instant fusion. I kind of miss it sometimes just because it lets you play through nib, but at the same time, it's like I'd rather have other cards that help me do more things. For the Brave package, I played 3 Right, 1 Adventure, and then the 1 Draco back. These are amazing. Obviously, 1 card baits out 2 interactions. It's pretty broken. 3 Small World. It's another kid. It's another version of Enchantress. It just makes the consistency of your deck just go up by a lot. The Fusion Destinies for the DPE. Terra for another name. 1 for 1. You run a lot of hand traps, so your 1 for 1, if you do draw it, for the most part, it's always going to be live. And it gives you souls, it gives you fancies, which is really good. And if they ash your kid, if you go normal kid, make Meow-Meow and you go effect and they ash it, this lets you play through that. The Foolish Burial is just another Enchantress. Triple Droplet, this card is still really good. A lot of people are cutting it, I don't know why. Herald is good, but it's also not being dropped in every deck. And this card just lets you play through a lot of stuff, so I wouldn't cut this card out. And then double Imperm. I was playing Imperm at 3, but I cut it down to 2 just because drawing this off pranks is bad, so I chose to have Valor at 3 and Imperm at 2. But it's still good enough to combo off with Nib and just like to stop, you know, decks. It doesn't play into tactics and stuff like that, so it's still good enough to be in the main deck. That's it for the main deck. This is 60 cards. For the side deck, I played the Gamma package, the 3 Gamma and 1 Driver. It's obviously Gamma's really great.
Essentially a blowout.
Yeah, essentially it's a blowout. Like, you sided in against decks that obviously you don't want them to combo off, and for the most part, if they don't have the Ash or the Bell to hit this, you pretty much blow them out, and if they do Ash Bell it, it's still in your hand, so you're gonna negate something else, so like, they really didn't deal with it. And I mean, it's at 1 in the OCG for a reason. I played triple Droll. Droll was really good. You need to have stuff for the Flunder matchup, which is why like I played the 3 Valor and the 2 Imperm, and then like, you know, Ghost Trigger's okay against the matchup, but it still comes up every now and then. But that matchup is pretty hard. If they go off, then you lose. If they draw Shifter and you don't draw the Brave package, you lose. Like, so you want to give yourself as much of a chance as you can to play up against that deck. I played a triple Token Collector just for like all the combo decks using tokens, and you know, you just shut them out in the Sword Soul matchup. You can also get to it, you know, most of these hand traps you can get to them through Small World too. So if you open up combo and Small World and they didn't stop you, you can always just banish a monster out of your hand, add the hand trap according to the matchup, and then just shut them out. They have to deal with your board plus the hand trap that just shuts them out completely, and most of the time they just can't. They can't push through it. For the back row hate, triple Twin, 1 Duster, and 1 Reboot. So I feel like this deck has problems playing through back row. There's a lot of Eldritch decks going around. Like, Glue is just really big right now. Triple Scale Drain, you know. Scale Drain doesn't do anything to this deck. I had a guy flip Scale Drain on me, and I just played through it, and he was just like, oh, yeah, that deck just tributes for cost. And then I just blew him out. But I also like having this just in case, you know, you don't want to go into a board of set 5 and like, you're just looking at your hand like, you're gonna walk into Solemn Strikes and Solemn Judgments and stuff, and it's not gonna be a good time. So I like being prepared for those matchups. That's it for the side deck. For the extra deck, the Field Center, I did not win this. Shout out to Leo for letting me use this. I didn't have a proper token, so he let me use this I'm pretty sure it's French, yeah. All he messes with is French.
Yeah.
And then I played the one Meow-Meow, because it's that one. I played the two Doodle. I don't think you need a third one. Usually Pranks recycles one, and then that's more than enough to get your game going back in when it comes back to you. I played the one Bow Wow. I played the Link Karibo for the back it comes up if you're getting close into time. The Link Spider gets rid of Pranks token, gets rid of the Nib token, gets rid of the Brave token. Just converts it into an effect monster that lets you climb into Anaconda or Access Code. The Anaconda, I played Dark. This card came up a lot. DPEs just running around everywhere. You stop your opponent, and if they still have enough bodies, they'll make DPE, and then this just, once you bait it out, this just brings it back. You no longer have to worry about it. Unicorn has been to just sprint problematic cards away. Lets you link climb an Access Code. The Access Code for killing is DPE, one Butler, one Weather Washer, one Rocket Ride. I don't play the Fusion, and the second one honestly never came up just because by the time it gets back to my turn, and if I did double Regeki you, like, you probably lost. And then Weather Washer is just really good in the Sky Striker matchup. This lets you play through Nib, lets you play through Token Collector. It comes up in time. If you're getting close to time, you can Fusion Summon into this, activate the effect to attack directly, and just attack for 1,015 if you boosted it. And then I played Toad. I like to set up for Toad, especially against control decks. After I use Battle Builder and I float into monsters, I'll set up, either I'll have a water in hand, or I'll summon two bodies that'll let me get to the water and then summon Toad, and then people just like, it surprises them because they think that you're not playing the Toad. And then it steals DPE, steals problematic cards, it steals Right, and then I just get to activate Right on my turn.
Yeah.
And then it adds back a water, which is nuts. You boosted with the field spell is 27, so now it's an even bigger problem because you can't run it over now. I just like Toad a lot.
Okay, cool. Is there any changes you would make with this deck going forward?
Depending on the ban list, honestly. I like the deck the way it was. I'll maybe try out a second adventure to see if it comes up. I know a lot of people are playing the second adventure for the Brave package. But honestly, that's pretty much it. I like the list a lot. I might tweak it a little bit for San Jose, or I might just take the exact same list, see how it did, and then if it does okay, then I'll probably keep it the same, and if it doesn't do as well, then I'll, go into the lab and tweak it and just
Sounds good.
work
All
on
right.
it.
Well, congrats on your top 8, and thank you for the deck profile.
Thank you.